What's up, everybody? Oh man, while the music was playing, I did the bad idea of eating this. And my mouth is all chalked up. But what's up, guys? Welcome to the Talk Story Podcast. For all of you guys that are new here, what's up? Welcome. If you guys are been watching, hey, what's up, halalas? What's up, unkos, aunties, sisters, brothers? We are pretty much a local podcast from Hawaii, and we just come talk about gaming news and all this kind of stuff. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I don't have my prompt up, so I'm just going off the cuff of what we're doing today. We're a show that does segments and gaming news. So if you guys are interested in just the gaming news, please check our description below. I'm gonna put the timestamps after, and then you guys can jump straight to that. But we're also a show that likes to have fun. So we like to do a lot of segments, especially with the guests, especially with the panels that come, and just enjoy ourselves and have a good time with each other. Because honestly, that's what it's about, as Blind would say, having fun with each other. Not necessarily about the views. As long as I'm having fun, my panel is having fun, dude, I'm stoked. But this is a podcast where we will swear. So if you guys have keiki, if you guys have brothers or little ones and things like that, be mindful. I don't want to teach them their first swear word. So unless you're cool with that, hey, please, parental advisory is coming up right now. Okay, we'll speak our minds freely. Other than that, you can check us out on Twitter at talkstory 808hi. Again, talkstory 808hi. That's where we're going to be posting our show dates. So if you guys are interested in the podcast, want to show some love, please follow us and check us out on top there. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And yeah. Other than that, we will jump into the show. Good panel. Speed Angel should be hopping on a little bit later for today. Okay. So, as you guys may know by now, jumping on, focusing on top of the panel as I have right here, we jump into the How You Bubu. I want to start with you, Blind. How you doing, bro? How's stuff?
Good, man. Good. Just chilling. Like I was talking in the green room. I've been off island working on Lanai, so it's good to be home. Stoked to be home. So can game and see the wife and the fur babies.
Important stuff. Important stuff. Fur babies.
Yeah. I get 2 cats and 1 German Shepherd.
Oh.
Good man.
Yeah. So they were all happy I was home too.
German Shepherd. That's a dog, bro. That's a dog.
A lot of energy.
A little Chihuahua Terrier and is nothing compared to a second big dog like that. Right on, bro. Good to have you. Vinny, you there, bro?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing, bro?
Good. Just been back on Lanai where Blind's working, and just staying with family. And besides, that's why I'm not on camera today, just with my family. So I don't really have a place to set up, but but hopefully that changes in a couple months. But yeah, everything's been good. Just playing games, getting everything ready for my wedding, and yeah.
Woo! Yes, I'm stoked for that, bro.
Yes, sir.
All right. And our official esteemed guest of honor today, coming all the way down from his YouTube success. I would like to say success. And then just gracing us with being able to hop on the show and talk games. My brother that I feel like we just recently met, but
yeah,
that's the beauty of the gaming community, isn't it?
Yeah.
You can meet someone, have those types of connections, and then just feel like I've known you for so long.
Exactly.
But yeah, Matt Likes Games, everyone. He has a YouTube channel called Matt Likes Games as well. You can catch him on Twitter at the same surname, Matt Likes Games, except instead of the E, it's a 3, I believe.
Yes.
And what's up, man? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. And not much. I mean, been a busy weekend, but I mean, Far Cry. I'm making time for Far Cry 6.
Oh, Far Cry, you and Ham, right? I see you guys on your chicken fights.
That's all we've been doing. That's all we've been doing.
You seen the controversy where I think, I forget what the animal rights thing, but they're getting pretty nuts about the chicken up there.
Oh, PETA?
I was wondering about that.
PETA chips?
The PETA chips.
That doesn't surprise me.
Oh, man. I don't even know if this is a term, but man, that's a normal thing and where we're from.
Yeah, bro. The junkyard?
Chicken fights everywhere.
That's a way of living for some people, so I don't know, man.
Dude, they have like big tournaments out there.
That's true, especially on the west sides and all the underground stuff. Yeah, I had an uncle that full on did that kind of stuff. So yeah, I mean, hey, not in the form of Tekken style chicken fighting, but hey, nonetheless.
But yeah.
Hey, we at Talk Story love animals, but just saying, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna jump into focusing on top you, Matt. You are a special guest of honor, and so we just want to ask you some questions, get to know you a little bit, get to know us, and just for the audience, whoever is watching, whoever is going to watch, to know you a little bit more. So I'm gonna pop this up on top of the screen. Real simple. Call it the top 5. Boom. Okay. So you can start us off with that. Vinny, I'm not gonna block you for too long. See your beautiful face, okay? So
where I'm from, I am from West Virginia, but I live in Cleveland, Ohio. I've lived in Cleveland, Ohio for about 13 years. Yeah, not much to say about Cleveland, really. It's Cleveland. It's Cleveland. What was the second question?
Second question was
the story behind my gamer tag.
Yes.
Anesthesia. The gamer tag is because my favorite, I play bass, and my favorite bass solo of all time is a song by Metallica called Anesthesia. So that is one of my favorite songs, not even just song bass solos, but one of my favorite songs of all time.
Damn,
So,
who sings it?
Nice.
It's done by Metallica. It is in its entirety. It's just a bass solo, bass and
Oh,
drum.
nice.
That's all it is, and I love it to death.
Jesus,
And then the third question was,
Beep. Oh, sorry, my bad. I missed the stuff.
channel and content beginnings. I started my channel right before the pandemic in February
Not
that
wow.
year. Of that year, actually, my first video I've never even put out, but my first video was a review for Doom 2016, and I knew I made a mistake on it, and I was like, let me go back and fix it. And I was like, Doom Eternal's coming out, so no time for it. So I've been doing it since then. I keep up with it. Every weekend I like to have a video out. This
Yep.
weekend's been kind of busy, so probably gonna have one out middle of this week and then one next weekend. So, and then the fourth question. Favorite console, Xbox. My favorite console of all time. My favorite console of all time.
Yes.
The original Xbox. And I know people love the 360. They prefer the 360, and the 360 was great. But for me, it was the original Xbox, because that's where I found what's in the next question, which is my top 3 games of all time.
Yes, here we
Halo.
go.
Halo I played it on my friend's computer. His mom was like into games. She had a demo, the Halo CE trial. I played that, and I just begged my dad for an Xbox. He got me an Xbox for my birthday that year, and Halo ever since has been my thing. But it's the top 3 games of all time, so I'd probably have to put Halo at number 1 just because of how much it means to me. There's other games in the series that I would say are better, but that one just means a whole lot to me.
Mhm.
And then, Red Dead, you could do a toss-up between Red Dead 1 or 2. I might go 2. Just because I'm an Arthur Morgan fan.
Arthur Morgan.
Yeah.
And then 3, man, that is tough. Skyrim.
Skyrim.
Hey.
Skyrim for sure. Absolutely.
Skyrim,
Just
bro.
spent so much time on Skyrim on the 360 and on the Xbox One. It's addictive.
Dang, all right. Yeah, so Xbox is definitely your place to be moving forward.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hey,
No
tell me a
question.
little bit about what made CE special, because I have I think Halo literally. No, I can't lie. Nintendo did that, but Halo ushered me into from a casual gamer to I love gaming. I love the
Exactly.
gaming community. I love gaming online. I love every aspect of gaming.
Yeah.
And as a little kid, I feel like I transcended to another level, So talk to me about that a little bit.
Because I'm right there with you. Because I've played games since I can even remember.
Mhm.
And I didn't get an Xbox until I was like 9, going on 10 maybe. So before Halo, I was playing. I played stuff. I probably was way too young to be playing like Unreal Tournament. I played like games like Test Drive, stuff like that. But Halo was the first game I played, and it was the Silent Cartographer mission where I was like, this is nuts. I've never seen anything like this in a game. Because they just throw you down on a beach and you just kill aliens, and it just blew my mind. And from that point, I was like, okay, I like gaming, but now I know for a fact I love it. This is something that is just kind of magical. So Halo CE is just special in that sense because it has that connection with me. I relate my love of gaming to Halo. When I think about all the great games that I've played and all the great games I'm going to play, I know it might not have happened without Halo. So it just has this different hit to me,
For sure.
Yeah.
Were you able to experience this lovely thing called LAN parties?
I was a bit too early for LAN parties. I was a bit young. but I did all the split screen, all the 4 players, all over at my friend's house. We'd be playing Halo custom games. We do like
custom games. Yep.
Yeah, it was fun. I missed the LAN parties, but we always played some multiplayer. Always.
That's so fun. Hey, co-op on
Yeah.
top of I don't know, co-op with your friends on the library.
Yeah.
That's all you need, man. That's
It's a nightmare, but it's fun because it's so funny how hard that level is, especially on like legendary, that you can't help but just laugh. You can't help but laugh.
Yeah. No, seriously, man. You
Yeah.
got all those little ukus coming at you with like something.
Oh, wow, that's a local word.
Oh, bro, that is a local word. You right, bro. You right. Call it out. Call it out where it is, bro. Oh man. I also
So for
wanted
brother
to-
Matt,
Oh,
I was just
go
gonna
ahead.
let him know ukus
Huh?
means head lice.
Ukus does
Oh,
mean
man.
head lice. Yeah. Have any of you guys ever got checked for it? You ever went
No,
to
in school.
No,
in
never.
school. In
Only
school,
when
they had
younger
to
in
check
school.
because some kid
Yeah,
had
in
it in
school.
school.
Yeah.
But I mean, other than that, no, never.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we treated ukus worse than COVID.
Social distancing to the max.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ukus was the elementary equivalent of COVID. Huh?
Yeah. Don't want that. Not near me.
Man. Oh man. Hey, I also want to touch upon what is that called? What I know 2020 I can relate with you 100%. I don't know if you are in the same way, but 2020 is what got me into the Xbox gaming community. I think we're all sitting at home and I was like, okay, I'm going to go watch these gaming videos because at that time I was trying to figure out what was my next gen console? What would I want? Do I want the PS5? Do I want the Xbox and stuff like that? And even though I would say that I'm an Xbox centric kind of guy, dude, I love all of it. I love all the systems, but I was just trying to figure out, okay, which one do I want moving forward? Because some people say buy both, but hey, I don't got 500, 600 bucks lying around all the time.
Exactly.
So it's like, hey, like, yeah, I would love both. I would love to be you, right there, boom, seeing that in the background, But so what is it that kind of, you said 2020 is what you ramped up your gaming videos and stuff like that. What sparked that?
I've always wanted to do it. I've always been camera shy. And in my first videos, I was never on camera. It was only the last 3-4 months I put myself on camera. But I was always kind of like shy. I have like my own social anxieties and whatnot.
Mhm.
So I just never thought I could. But then like you see people like one of my big inspirations for content creation is Randall Thor.
Yes, sir.
I
Man
like
with the million.
exactly. I
Man
like
with the
him.
million. That's my Xbox achievement.
Oh man, I like him because it's like he's pretty much like me in the sense he's not shy about saying he prefers Xbox. You can very much tell by looking at his channel. He prefers Xbox, but he'll play on anything and he'll give anything praise if it's good. Like I remember him with Returnal. He was saying Returnal's like his game of the year.
And beat that thing so fast too.
Impressive. And I look at that and I'm like, that's kind of how I want my channel to be. That's what I want to do. And I figured 2020 was like, I mean, not just me, it hit everybody. And I was like, you know what? I've got all this time, so just start doing it. Why not? See what happens. And maybe you like it, maybe you don't. And I found out that I actually do really enjoy the process of making videos. I enjoy the process of editing. And it's just fun to have my own content out there. However many people watch it doesn't really matter because I'm having fun making it.
Amen to that, bro.
Yeah.
Amen to that.
That's what it's about.
Yep. That's true, man. That's true.
Absolutely.
And that's just, I feel like that's the beauty of the story, man. Especially that you share. It's like a lot of us have our own insecurities, but we're surprised that when we take that that leap of faith and just be like, you know what, I love to do this. What's stopping me? Exactly. You'd be surprised the type of things that you can accomplish. Because already, like, 250 plus subscribers, if I'm not mistaken. You know, what I
Yeah.
mean, there's people out there loving your content, bro.
I had thought, because for a while I've always had a YouTube channel, and it always had like 10 subscribers, and
Mhm.
I got like, I remember getting 100, and I was like, there's no way it goes past that, and it goes to 200, and now I'm at 250, and I'm like, okay, I guess some people like it, so it's exciting. It's exciting.
Yeah. That is exciting. That is exciting. I think that's such a humble place that I feel like you come from, and that's something that I think, you know, just with us, I think talking with Blind and both Vinny, this is our first time ever on a podcast. It's not like we know what we're doing. You know, I feel like, and I love that. I love seeing that every episode, you know, whether it's our chemistry or whether it's segments or anything, we're always getting better and we're always improving ourselves. But at the end of the day, you know, we're doing things that we really love to do. So, right on.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Randolph Thor, bro. Shout out to Jay. Shout out to the Xbox 2 podcast.
One of the
We're all
best.
big
Awesome.
fans of them, for sure.
One of the best.
Do you have inspiration, Blind? Mine was Boomstick. So shout out to Double Barrel Gaming.
Yeah.
That man. Oh man. If
Absolutely.
you ever watched it, Boom.
Oh yeah,
Thank
Boom's
you
a
for what
man.
you've done, dude. Like, not only did he produce good content, but like, there's I won't say very few, but it's very humbling and it's very cool when you have a content creator that if you DM them, they DM you back. You
Yeah.
know? So I love that
Yeah.
about our community is most of them are just like, you know, and not just our community, but just like the gaming community in general. Most of them are just like, hey, you need help, dude? This is what I use. This is what I do. And so I love that. I would hope that, you know, wherever our successes take us, that's the type of things that we bring.
Yeah, and that stuff means a lot, because I mean, I remember one of the first content creators who ever interacted with me was Fonz, and that because
Fonz, man.
He watches
Yeah,
this, bro.
Fonz is the man.
Love
I
hate.
tagged
Shout
him.
out to Fonz.
I tagged them because I was like, these people are the inspiration. There was like Rand Colt has really good productions on his videos,
Yeah.
and I was like, man, I want to get there someday. And then Fonz was in there too, and I remember he said thank you, and then on my next video he left a comment, and he's really nice. He's just a really genuine dude, and he cares that people watches his stuff and interacts with him, so he's sure to do it with other people, especially when
Yeah.
he feels like that could inspire them.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
I like
Blind,
Fonz.
any inspirations?
Oh man, a lot of them. I mean, you know, the whole RDX cast. You know,
Yes,
they're
sir.
all freaking amazing. You know, the Iron Lords podcast, dude. I just love watching them, dude. Their chemistry is just like, you know what I mean? It's insane. You know what I mean?
Hey, I mean, it was what 20, 30 plus years in the making, that chemistry, bro.
Oh yeah.
Bro, they've known each other a long time.
Yep, been there for a long time.
And that's what's up, and that's what I like about it. You know what I mean? They're just childhood friends that grew up doing what they love, and now they made a business out of it. You know what I mean? And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found Talk Story Podcast. Because Lord Cognito tweeted them out, and I followed them and started. Boom, we talked, and here I am. You know what I mean? And I only started getting into like the gaming Twitter, like not even that much like before talking with you. So like even me just getting on this podcast was like kind of like a big step for me too, because I had those same anxieties of behind the camera.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to do this? Do I want to, like, I look back on the first episode that I did with you guys, and I was so nervous. Like in the beginning, like I just see myself in my face, and I'm like, bruh, like just so nervous. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But and as the more you're behind it, it gets a little easier, you know. But they're still there. You know, those anxieties are still there. It just gets easier, and you know, and when the chemistry is good, it's like it makes it that much easier too. And just having a good time is just what it's about.
100%. Vinny, any ones that you like and stuff like that?
I'd say Fonzarelli. He's like my biggest one. He's just so down to earth. It also helps like he's half Filipino. I don't know if you guys know that, but
what? He's half Filipino?
Because in his intro, if you guys notice, he has the Filipino flag, and That's where he grew up, kind.
That's right.
And yeah, I talked to him in the DMs. He told me he's half Filipino, and so I feel like more connected with him just because I grew up around like a bunch of Filipinos. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's where a lot of his love comes from for his fans and whatnot. So other than that, though, all you guys are my inspirations. Like Matt likes games, Bingo Mango, Blind. You guys are awesome people. Like I'm not creating content, but if I was, like, it would be because of you guys.
Wow.
Appreciate that, man.
I didn't expect to get this heartfelt this early, guys. Oh man. Oh, I appreciate that, man.
I'm not crying, you're crying.
Yeah, I'm not crying, you're crying. Before I jump any further, we got some people in the chat hanging out, so I'm gonna let the people speak, and I believe it is C Nibs. C Nibs. I'm sorry if I got that wrong. But they say yes, braddahs. Okay, yes, braddahs. And if you guys didn't know, that is also a local word.
Yeah.
Glenn, you want to explain what yes is? How would you explain yes? What is yes? I say that all like to Infinite Umbra. I say yes. I'm like, I don't even know if he knows what that means. You know what I mean?
I guess it would be just like a really good yes. I'm very excited. Yeah.
I feel like it's kind of like a cheers kind of deal, you know?
Yeah. It's like what Blind said. Like it's a yes, but I feel like there's a finesse to it. Because when you say it, it's like yes, you know, it's like.
It's like aloha. It has multiple meanings.
Speaking of aloha, hey, are you wearing a aloha shirt, Matt?
A Hawaiian, I got this.
Doom
Eternal shirt.
That's what's up.
I got this last week, and I've been on a diet. I've been on a diet because when I got this, I was like, this ain't gonna fit. But I got this, and it showed up. I put it on. It fits, and I figured this would be the perfect place to wear it.
Awesome.
This is a nice one, dude. Sorry, whenever I see the collar, I'm like, I wonder if he's repping an aloha shirt, bro.
I seen it in your other video.
I put some thought into it.
I put some thought. Hey, respect you. Respect. Oh, I love that. Okay. Thank you, bro. Moving on. Hey, again, if you guys can, dude, show Matt Likes Games some love. Check out his YouTube, his content, stuff like that. Just watched his latest video, Art Acquisitions Bad for Gaming. He tackles I believe it's the sacred symbols, controversy, and things like that. So real good watch. Check that out.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah, I enjoyed that video too.
That was a good one.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, Matt, you have that thing where you can just explain it, and it's like, I just believe you. You know what I mean? It's like this dude knows what he's talking about, bro. So I dig that. You
gotta start a church, bro.
Get a following.
The Church of Xbox.
You're gonna have all the Book of X guys coming in on top of your
Book of X.
Yeah.
Everyone with gaming aloha shirts on.
Yes.
Get started.
Yeah.
Get it, bro. I'll be the first one in your congregation, 100%. All right, so to warm us up, boys, a main staple of the show. Check it out. We're going to talk about what's on Twitter lately. Okay, as Matt said it perfectly before, Twitter. That's also a local slang type of word as well.
It's a local word.
So local, bro. So local. I can't get to the thing quick enough to press it, so it's like sometimes I just miss it. But I'm gonna start us off slow. Okay, well, actually, I don't even know what's slow anymore. But we'll jump in with this, and then here's how it's gonna work. I'm gonna show the tweet. You guys, if anyone wants to hop in, we'll do it popcorn style. Once it's quiet and it's crickets, we'll just move on to the next one. If no one got nothing to say, we'll move on to the next one as well. So first one is this. Xbox Game Pass is bringing the cloud to TVs via your console. It's going to make it far easier to find the next favorite game. This comes from Windows Central's Gaming, Miles and Jez, good friends of Randall Thor, and a really good source as well for most things Xbox. Okay, so this was my pick. It's coming in, guys. It's starting to be on top TVs now, and it's not necessarily TVs have the Xbox app, but it is cloud gaming is now on top of the consoles, and that opens up. I didn't really realize this because some people you see in the tweets like, "What's the point of putting cloud gaming on the consoles?" You know,
Yeah.
but it depends on your TV, depends on trying out different games. In this article, it says like you don't have to download a game, you can just cloud stream it, play it, and things like that. It almost feels like on top of your TV, you have this kind of alternate subscription service that's kind of like Game Pass, but isn't necessarily marketed as Game Pass, as cloud gaming. And now with that and the partnerships, whether it be Dolby Atmos coming up on Xbox having that on top, and then their partnerships with some TVs all the way to cloud gaming on the phones and tablets. Any thoughts? Throwing it out to the world.
I think it's a good thing because I mean, I got a brother who wants a Series X, but he can't get one right now, and he's stuck on the Xbox, his original VCR Xbox One. And I told him, I was like, later this year you can start playing, like, because he really wants to play Flight Sim. And I was like, later this year you can start playing Flight Sim. I mean, you got games coming out. You might not need. I mean, depending on how it works for you, you might not need an Xbox Series X or a Series S for a while. Because I mean, he has his Xbox One for Apex Legends, but if he wants to play something like Flight Sim over cloud streaming, that's great.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah. 100%. 100%.
Because I know guys too that want to try it out, but they only have the older consoles too.
Yeah.
So I always try to tell them about, Xbox Ultimate. You get the cloud gaming in there, and you'll be able to play some of these next gen games through the cloud on your older consoles. So kind of worth it for $15, man. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also think like as a business model, it works really well for Xbox's fan base because not everybody can dish out $500, $300 for a brand new console. Not everybody's in that financial space yet. But with cloud streaming, it makes it possible for those guys to experience like next gen gaming. Even if the game's like cross gen, they'll experience something like 60 FPS per se that they couldn't experience on the original Xbox.
I mean, I think it's something I might even try. I mean, just because like even on like the new console, I might want to try a game from Game Pass before I download it, because I mean, I've got like 100 games on my console. I don't have any space, so I mean, if I can just try the game and see if I like it, then I mean that works for me. I'm happy.
Yep.
No, that's true, man. That's true. Which kind of moves on, unless we have any final thoughts, to the next thing that I'm tweeting. I don't know if you guys see this in your timeline, but ever since a certain showcase, I've just been seeing this a lot more. Maybe Vinny can translate because Lord knows I can't. Boom. We'll let it. I did not look up the translation for this, but I'm assuming that he bought an Xbox Series S. That's all I know.
Yeah, I think I saw that post. Right? He's just saying like jump in, like just bought an Xbox Series S because of cloud gaming. A lot of them are like that. A lot of them saw the Tokyo Game Show and bought it. Mainly for cloud streaming. They're more interested in that than they are in hardware. Plus, like I talked to a few of them, a few Japanese Xbox consumers, and they're like, a big thing for them is form factor. Just because a lot of them say they live in like small Japanese apartments, so they don't want to get something that's huge, blocking a lot of their space, right? And so the Xbox Series S is perfect for a lot of them.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen a lot of those. Yeah. I've seen a lot of those tweets, especially after the Tokyo Game Show. A lot of those tweets, and it's cool to see because that's something you did not see last generation. You didn't see a lot of that at all. It's 100%. encouraging for Microsoft.
They're not partnership, but just they're constant going out there and trying to market it and really try to please to the gamers out there with this cloud service, and with a lot of them are mobile too, so they can play all on their phones and tablets and everything. I've been to Japan. I've seen one of those small apartments. They're not that big. You know what I mean? Like, so something like a Series S is nice for someone out there. You know what I mean? So, and I've seen it all over my timeline too.
Yeah, dude, they got me going into my Twitter and like typing in a Google Translate and reposting it to them. I wonder if they can see through like this American.
No,
Did it all
a lot of
wrong,
them
you know?
appreciate it.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll respond back in English just because they feel like it makes more sense.
I
Because
see.
Google Translate isn't always like on
Yeah,
the
true.
dot with the translations. In fact, like half the time it's not. So a lot of them do speak English. And don't be offended if they reply back in English.
I love that though. Like I've seen you. I've seen Winter Soldier. I've seen like a bunch of people just um typing. I mean, maybe they know the language, but they're just typing Japanese to people, and I'm like, whoa, that's crazy. Like it's one thing to. I feel like it's one thing to go on Twitter and talk to someone like in the UK or talk to someone in like other states in America, but dude, you're talking like different languages to people about games, dude. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, my Japanese sucks. So
Mine's
I just do it
non-existent.
out of respect, because it's like if somebody came to Hawaii, um, not speaking pidgin and like not trying to speak pidgin, and it's just like they've been there for a while. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like a respect form. Like you want to
Yeah,
speak in a language that they understand better, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. If okay, honest truth, if someone came and like tried to speak pidgin to you, would your first reaction be like, "What the heck," or would it be like, "I respect that. I respect that." Because if people can mess up pigeon real bad, dog.
Yeah, bro. I feel
I'm
like
originally from Cali, so when I first moved here at 13, trying to learn pidgin and trying to talk it for the first time was, oh my gosh.
What was the first word you learned? What was the first word you learned?
Oh shoot, I don't even remember. Maybe Bombay. I don't know.
oh, Bombay. That's a
Yeah.
local word.
Or the kind. You know, like, oh, what is the kind? It's just what they say is the kind is what you call it.
Oh, that's a really
Yeah,
good way
that's
of
a
putting
perfect
it. Yeah,
description.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Oh
trying to
man.
remember something.
Is there any slang where
Gangland.
you're from, Matt? Is there any slang that like if we came to your hood, we should know?
Slang. See, Cleveland's very basic. Uh, I lived a little bit in Pennsylvania, and there was like
Hmm.
that slang of like yens, meaning y'all. There's pop versus
Whoa.
soda. There's like
Interesting.
gosh is like gorsh. Uh,
Gorsh.
Of course.
yeah,
Gosh.
I'm not even making that. And, like, there's all kinds of like that's probably the most interesting slang I've ever heard living in Pennsylvania. I mean, because Cleveland's pretty basic. West Virginia's, it's just Southern. It's
Yeah.
just Southern is all that
Or the
is.
accent. I see.
Yeah, but I mean, Pennsylvania is where things are really like they just kind of make up their own words, and it's kind
Yeah,
of just
gorsh.
fits there.
Gorsh for sure, bro.
Yeah, gorsh. I never heard that until my fifth grade teacher in Pennsylvania. She said, "Oh my gorsh." I was like,
Oh,
Start
Miss Gorsh.
questioning.
Gorsh. I'm gonna start using Gorsh.
Oh man. I feel like I just oh man, I use that as a sentence, just trip somebody out, yeah.
yeah, give you a weird look. Like what?
Dude, Black, what have you even known? You sound pretty local, bro. You sound
Do
pretty
I?
local.
I mean, I lived here for what is it, like 20 something years
Yeah,
now. So
there it
He
is.
studied it. He tested
yeah.
it. He knows it.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I don't know if that's um a mainland thing too, but I feel like a Hawaii thing is yeah, you stay here a number of years, then you're local.
Yeah.
You
It's
get
like
the mindset.
residency.
Yeah, yeah. Moving on. I'm sure you guys have heard about this one for sure.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I'll let you start, Vinny. I'll let you start.
Ooh, I didn't
Oh
see
no,
this.
this yeah, with the heads leaving from Sega over the
Mhm.
Yakuza series. It was just kind of sad to me because it just kind of made me realize, it's like an end of an era. And I've just got into Yakuza. It's not like I've been a long time fan, but
Yeah.
like just finished Yakuza Kiwami 2. You can really feel like the history and like the love that was put into the game, and just knowing that like Kiryu Kasama, who's like the main character in the Yakuza, the original Yakuza trilogy, um, knowing that there's no chance for him to get like a sequel, it's kind of heartbreaking just because you get so attached with him playing like 8 of his games. But but yeah, I mean, I'm hopeful for the Like a Dragon director. I forgot who his name is, but um, I've yet to play it, but I've only heard good things about the game, so I'm hopeful for the future of Yakuza and Judgment and whatnot.
Yeah. You're on your way,
I,
man. Hey, you're one of the very the people that are like, I'm gonna play through this series. I tried. I did zero, and I was like, oh man, this is a lot.
You get the Yakuza burn, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't even
But
tried
it's a
it yet.
good burn though. It's like I want to play it, but there's so many other things coming out. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
like prioritize
exactly.
that. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I
What are you
tried
gonna
like a dragon.
say? My bad. Go ahead, bro. I was gonna say.
Oh, I was just saying that I tried like a dragon, and I never like. I think I just got to the part like not that far in actually, and then I just hadn't touched it. But I just saw that didn't they already get approved? Like saying the sequel's coming already.
Yeah, for Like a Dragon.
Yeah.
Do you have any ideas where he's going, or is he just like, I'm gonna enjoy my retirement?
So some people say Tencent
Oh,
got him,
interesting.
but I don't know. Maybe who knows? Like, it would be cool if he was gonna be like head over Japan Studios for Xbox.
Hmm.
That would be sick, but unlikely.
Yeah.
Most likely he's just going to new companies, starting a new division, new IPs and whatnot.
Nice. Matt, you got any thoughts on this one?
I honestly don't. Uh, I've never been a Sega guy. I've never gotten into the Yakuza series. Although I do want to try because I hear very good things about it, and
So good.
I know Vinny's been playing it recently. So I do have to. I mean, that might be one of the things I try when on cloud gaming, whenever that
Yeah.
comes.
For
But I
sure.
mean, I'm looking forward to it because I mean, people say really good things about it.
Yeah, if you play it on easy mode because
All right.
the fights are long.
Oh, okay.
The harder the difficulty, the longer the fight.
All right.
Oh, I didn't even realize that. Yeah,
Well,
so
I knew that's in.
on easy
Oh, man,
mode,
sorry.
you know that my bad, bro. You know that big guy, the one that steals all your money all
Oh
the time.
yeah, yeah, the hustler.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Is he easier to fight?
No, no, he's not easy.
Oh, except that guy. Except that guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's still
Between the
just
people,
as hard.
you guys know
Cannot
what
go
I mean.
around that. He'll jump you every chance he got.
It's like an Asian Arnold Schwarzenegger coming out mugging your money, bro.
Yeah,
It's like, where are we? Chinatown? My gosh. Not a blast to other people's Chinatown. Our Chinatown is very different from your other people's Chinatown. I'm just saying that you walk into Chinatown at night, you might get mugged there. So.
nah, you wild for that.
All right. This one to end off our What's on Twitter. Kind of interesting for all. Have you guys seen this?
Oh, yes, sir.
This may look like a bunch of squiggly lines. And if computer people, which are all three of you, Lord knows not me, if you guys could explain this, because I would like to know what this means, because I have no clue. This looks like math graph, and it makes
What
me
the
sad.
heck is this?
But it's not a math graph. I know what it is. So
Thing is, I can't even tell you what all that means. I know it's like people are directly comparing it to like what you would get in Unreal Engine 4.
oh,
Like if you start working in there. I don't know exactly what all that means. All I know is Forge is going to be absolutely insane on Halo.
Yeah.
Because if they're going that in detail, that in depth, then I mean, Halo 5's Forge was nuts. But if they're doing that, then you could make entire other games.
You can make your own Halo game.
It's going to be crazy. The things people are going to make in there.
Yeah.
We should get JJ to make a Halo Hawaii game.
Shirtless Master Chief.
Shirtless Master Chief.
With tribal tattoos.
But going back to the picture, if you look at the titles for some of those like little cards, those are just kind of like code commands. So I guess it's just kind of like it's programming for an object for what it looks like for like the light gray, and then if you look at the pink, that's more like kind of the description of the item. But I could be wrong, but it looks like it's just like the object commands pretty much for an item in Halo Forge, but it's gonna be huge.
Mm-hmm.
They never got that descriptive before.
Yeah.
And I think this is like a big reason why they went with the slip space engine, was just because I don't think they could have done this in Unreal Engine 4 if they were to make it, because that's what it was originally on, just like Halo 5.
That's right. I forgot about that. They had that originally on Unreal Engine 4, and then they had to change it all to get on the slip space.
Yep.
Interesting. Yeah, that makes sense. I never really understood why they moved to slip space. I mean, I never really looked too much into it, but if this is a big reason why, it's kind of interesting.
I think it's part of that 10-year plan for Halo Infinite, where just helps with the longevity of the game.
Yeah, especially with their own engine. Yeah, for sure. For those of you guys who don't know what we're talking about, if you're just listening, that was a graph for Halo Infinite, and then a potential for just making your own game on Forge now, apparently.
Yeah.
Seriously. Favorite Forge mode? Do you guys have one?
I'd say 5's is the most impressive this far, but for me, nothing beats Reach.
Yeah.
The things I made in Reach were just completely insane. And that's some of the most fun I've ever had playing Halo. And Halo Reach is Forge. For sure.
Yeah, but Halo Reach was crazy because that was the most fun I had on custom games and whatnot.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's kind of funny because like I posted about this back in like a week ago. You played Halo Reach when you looked at the file share and you saw like people making like hentai with the spawn points in Halo Reach.
Yeah.
Those were huge back then, like all the little 10-year-old guys, dude.
10-year-old guys. Oh man, the things we think up, man. That like borderlines creativity. It's like, what is that one? What is that one?
Your dad walks in, doesn't know what to say. Like, I think I know what that is, but I'm not gonna judge,
Oh, man.
Do what makes you happy, son.
Whatever makes you happy, son.
Just opens a door and then slowly closes it back.
That's the real reason it's M for Matura.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Shucks, dude. Everyone talks so highly about Reach. The only Forge aspect that I can kind of think of is what is that called? I think it was 3. It was definitely one of the older Halos, the 1 to 3. But it was like I just remember they would make custom maps where you can drive around on the mongoose.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It's kind of like low-key Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People had to get really creative in Halo 3 because they didn't have all the tools they have now. So they were just makeshift maps, makeshift races and stuff. It was really fun. Really fun stuff in Halo 3.
Super fun, man. Yeah. I'm excited to see what the community thinks of. Because I feel like we've gotten griftball from those kind of things.
Exactly. I mean, zombies. Zombies came out of that.
Yep, infection and stuff.
Yeah.
I remember in Halo 3, they had a budget system for Forge where you had $1,000 to work with. And I was hecka young when I played Halo 3, so I thought that was like linked to my dad's bank account. So I was like, I gotta make this count. I can't just spend $1,000 making one map.
Oh my God.
Sadly, I don't have any cool stories like that for it because I never really got into the Forge stuff. I never. Even I'll be totally honest. I didn't play a whole lot of Halo back then. Because remember, like back then, it was like Halo versus COD. You know what I mean? I played a lot of COD.
Yep.
Yeah.
But and I would just play like the stories for Halo, like the campaigns and stuff like that. And then I play sometimes online, but it just wasn't for me. Like, but the new one was pretty fun the time we were playing with you guys. So definitely gonna play this multiplayer a lot more.
Hey man, it was the golden years, man. You had Halo 2 and 3, and you had Modern Warfare back then. My God.
Modern Warfare versus Halo 3 was great.
Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was a lot of fun.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
And 4 was good fun.
The golden years, boys. The golden years.
They're gone.
Those Call of Duty lobbies back then.
Oh yeah,
man.
Crazy.
Kids these days wouldn't be able to handle.
No.
Oh man.
I remember it was you're just waiting for the lobby to check in, and then you just utter every single swear word imaginable with your mom just thrown in there.
Your mom. Yeah.
Or if someone talking crap to you, then like you just smash them, you're just waiting to get back into the lobby so you can start talking shit.
That's how it went too. That's how it went.
Everybody's dad worked at Microsoft. That was
Oh yeah. They're gonna shut down your account, bro.
Oh man, that's true. And I feel like back then people had like finesse, like they would like figure out how to tear you down. Now I feel like, especially when the young kids play, it's like, I don't know if you guys watch Wild 'N Out.
Yeah.
DC Youngfly. I feel like everyone's a DC Youngfly just swearing at your face.
Oh man.
100%. Stupid ass, dumb ass boy. All you're getting is
Look at this boy.
ugly ass boy. That's all you getting. Your whole entire thing. It's like, okay, I got it. I understand. At least back then it was like, yo, I'm gonna shut down your account. And you put a little bit of fear until you realize that this is bullshitting. So it's like, oh man. Yeah, at least we know that Vinny was a good kid.
Yeah.
He didn't want to spend his dad's money, bro.
He was looking out for his dad's bank account.
I never played Forge because I cared about my dad.
You should write that. Oh man, dude, that's funny. That's like a birthday card to somebody somewhere. I love you so much. I didn't spend any money. Oh boy. All right.
You know how you were sacrificing that? I was sacrificing too.
Oh, good warm-up, boys. Good warm-up, boys. Before we jump in, we're gonna let the people speak just a little bit. We got a few. One brother Sensei 808 coming in saying, "Sup, boys."
Sup, boys in there.
Putting them all the love.
Nibs, that's the boys.
Sup, ba. Sup,
yeah.
sup, butter. All right. With that, perfect child, Vinny, you may move on to your topic, which I believe is Jim Ryan, recent interview, fireside chat, talking about the future of PS5. What you got to say, brother? Take us in on that.
Oh yeah, real quick before I get into it, I just want to say after watching the interview, I was like, kind of changed my perspective on Jim Ryan.
Ooh, here we go.
He's a really cool guy, you know. The interview was really cool. Like Jim was very casual with it, and he said a few funny things. Like one of the things he said back when he was head of the European division of PlayStation. Ken, the father of PlayStation, invited him to a meeting, and he said, "It's like I don't like how you're doing your inefficient business." And then Jim's like, "Yeah, thanks, Ken. Great advice."
We'll work on that.
work on that.
Pretty much a nice way of saying get your shit together.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he did, and later became head of the PlayStation because of it. But real quick to the quote I want to get to. Jim Ryan, quote unquote, said in the interview, said, "I would also like to see a world where the games that we make at PlayStation can be enjoyed by many tens of millions of people, perhaps hundreds of millions of people. Right now, success with the current console model, a really great PlayStation hit, you're talking 10 or 20 million people being able to play that game." And then he later goes on to compare like stacking it against movies or music. And I just wanted to kind of get everybody's take on like what do you think he means when he says like hundreds of millions of people? Like, do you think that just means hundreds of millions of PlayStations, or
No,
do you
man,
think he's
the
talking about
head nods are
streaming? You
coming,
know?
bro. The head nods are coming.
He's talking about streaming. I mean, because hundreds of millions of PlayStations. I mean, the thing is, console gaming is such a small like percentage of most gaming that happens. Most gaming that happens is on a PC or a mobile device.
Yeah.
So, like to hundreds of millions, because let's say best case scenario, PlayStation 5 just stomps the PS4 sales, like 150 million, like it's up to like 175 million, just some crazy number. That's still only 175 million. So hundreds of millions, you're gonna want it on phones, you're gonna want it on your PC, you're gonna want it as many places as you can possibly put it that's not on Xbox.
Yeah.
You're gonna want it there. So I mean, I think he's talking about streaming. I think that's just my opinion. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it's pretty obvious he's talking about streaming.
I think streaming and PC guys.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if they would do it, but I think they want to do it. Is day and date on PC, because they're gonna get. I mean, they love their fans. You know what I mean? PlayStation fans are loyal, and they, you know what I mean? Like they're down with their PlayStation. You know, with their company. But not everybody's gonna buy every single game. You know what I mean? Some people don't like certain games. Some people may not like a Last of Us. Some people may not like a God of War. A lot of people just buy them to play these free-to-play games. So if he can get, you know what I mean, this out to a bigger space like streaming and PC, they're going to be rolling in the money. You know what I mean? Like, and he's going to look really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would also add Kenichiro Yoshida, CEO of PlayStation, also said a while ago that hardware sales doesn't matter to them as much as subscriptions.
Yeah.
And so you can only make off so much money off of a single sale, right? But with the subscription, it's like a continual income every month. And that, like any business model, you want a steady flow of revenue coming in every month, right? And so I think with what they're doing with TV shows and movies, like with the Ghost of Tsushima show and the Last of Us show, is they're trying to get more exposure for their games. And that's going to usher in like their cloud services or PC day and date, because it's slowly getting there. Obviously, like they don't want to upset their fan base right away with PC day and date, day one. So they're going to slowly start doing it. And personally, I don't really have a problem with it. I don't know why a lot of people do. It's just more success for your game means more of a chance it's going to get a sequel. So
exactly, that's the point I was going to make. I mean, if you like with Days Gone, I feel like if Days Gone launched on PC alongside the PlayStation 4, I don't think there would be a question that game will get a sequel.
Yep.
That's just me. I feel like that game was good enough by itself to warrant a sequel, but it just didn't sell amazing because it wasn't enough places.
Yeah.
So
I think everybody's kind of waiting for Microsoft's Game Pass trial run to see if it works out or not, and then everybody's gonna hop on the boat right after, you know.
Yeah. 100%. That's what I think. I think they're just copying Xbox. All right, guys. Good show. Thank you. Good night.
That's the clip of the week right there. That's the clip of the week.
Bingo Mingo gets canceled.
That's my question to you guys, though. I agree. Okay, people watching, that's not what I think. You know what I mean? But I see that a lot, and I agree with what everyone said. I just think they're just, you know, PlayStation's not stupid. You know,
Exactly.
they're not dumb. They're not dumb.
Exactly.
You hear, if you listen to that interview and you hear Jim Ryan talk, it's like, dude's a businessman. He knows what he's doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see their recent moves and what they're doing. He knows what he's doing. So it's not a fact that I see a lot of things where it's like, how I say this, like, you know, like upsetting the fan base or things like that. I think he's just, you guys put it really well, just waiting for the time to kind of just see and strike, you know. But I think that's the question that I kind of alley oop it off and then see what you guys think is like, what do you guys think about the whole aspect of like it copying Xbox? You know, do you think it's a like a dig, like, oh, they're copying Xbox, Xbox is the best, which I don't think it is, or do you think it's like, nah, it's a smart strategy move? You know,
I think it's smart because Xbox, people got to remember Xbox and Sony, they're not just PlayStation or Xbox. Xbox is Microsoft, and Microsoft is a $1 trillion company. They know how to make money.
Yes, thank you for linking the two together. They are one.
Yeah, they're not strangers to making money. They know what they're doing. They've seen the numbers behind the scenes. They know that Game Pass is sustained. They must know it is because they just probably spent a ton of money getting Avengers on Game Pass. So I mean, they're putting money into it. So it's they got to know that it's either paying off for them now or it's going to be paying off for them very soon. 100%. Is the way I see it.
Yeah. I'd also add, you know, this isn't like a lot of people are thinking this is like Microsoft that was under Bill Gates. This is like Satya Nadella, who literally brought Microsoft into the $1 trillion business. Like it's before Satya Nadella, like I think Microsoft's like net worth was 600 billion, around 500. And then since he came in, just with like the innovations that he's approving and all the like pushing forward for Microsoft, it got past $1 trillion, and now it's about 1.6 or 2 trillion. And so they're all in. You know, you can't go half in with the business, and I think they're just really investing in it, and it's gonna pay off for them in the end.
Yeah,
100%.
I get that.
Yeah, I think it's just business. If you're a business and you know you see another business doing something good, you're gonna want to try to do something like that, but in your own way, so you can make money. You know what I mean? That's what they're in it for, is to make money.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's what they want to do, and they're gonna do whatever it takes to make money. So
yeah,
I don't see a problem with it. I mean, I'm on PC. I would love to play those games day and date, but I mean, or even 3 months down the line, you know, like
100%. Vinny, you got anything else?
No, that's all I wanted to talk about with my topic.
Jim Ryan interview, man.
I watched that this morning. It was a good interview.
Yeah, it was.
It was a super good interview. Yeah, I didn't realize how sucking gangsta PlayStation was.
Yeah.
Get it together. Don't come back to me unless you have something of my value.
That's that Yakuza right there.
Oh,
you may leave now. Get out.
You may leave now. What is it? In Fast and the Furious, what do Japanese people call foreigners?
Oh,
Gaijin.
Gaijin. Yeah.
I don't think it went like that, but can you imagine?
Bring in the Gaijins.
Oh man.
The PlayStation Squid Games.
Oh, Fred, I'm crying. All right, with that, we'll move on to your topic, Matt. The Halo Big Team Battle impressions.
I wanted to ask you guys, obviously, what are your impressions on the Big Team Battle? Because I had just a blast with it. But then I thought, how, not to be mean to Battlefield, how do you compare what you played in Halo to what you played in Battlefield? Like, how do you think they stack up against each other? Like I know Battlefield has its glitches, but on just their gameplay, how do you feel they stack up against each other?
I'm curious if this is going to be rough. Here we go.
Personally, for me, I was never a big fan of BTB before, just because of TTK, Time to Kill. But I feel like they nailed it with Infinite. Like the TTK is way fast. Like I don't know why people keep saying like it's slow. Like
Because
if they've ever played previous Halos, yeah.
Because
Halo 3 has like literally the slowest TTK ever, and
you're not
it
playing
shows
on
in the
crack.
game.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But with the big team battle, it was fine. The map is perfect. Like there's narrow areas, open areas, for pretty intense gunfights. So I really enjoyed it compared to the Battlefield beta. And this is just like my opinion. I hated the Battlefield beta. Like just on Series X at least. I heard it's better on PS5, but on Series X it was just like constant screen flickering. Like hit markers weren't hitting, and just like a buggy mess. But I would prefer if that's how the final product's gonna be for Battlefield, they should delay it. But it might just be the Series X beta, who knows, or the Xbox beta.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could be.
I personally didn't get enough time in both of them to really give like a legit like answer for it. Like I only played that one day of Halo with you guys for that little bit, and then I actually downloaded it this morning and played one match of the Battlefield, and just so in case it came up, I could kind of give somewhat something about it. You know, say I tried it at least. You know, but the Halo definitely played a lot smoother and a lot like I could just play that game already. You know, if that's when it comes out like that, I'm cool. You know, but Battlefield was kind of shaky for me, and like there was just real lag in it for me when I tried to play it today. So, but I mean, off of what I've experienced so far, like I would prefer to play Halo.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man.
Halo. Ooh, deciding factor. Where will I go? Nah. Okay. My honest opinion, I'm biased as hell. Okay, so on this, so I'm gonna get out there, but I think BTB is really special, and I think we touched upon this earlier when we talked about CE. LAN parties was like the beginning of BTB, pretty much. And so LAN parties was when it may sound archaic now, but you get a bunch of TVs, put them maybe like 4 TVs on one side of a table, 4 TVs on the other side of the table. You hook it up to one router, and then you just play 12v12 against each other on these TVs. And it's a very interesting, unique experience because you can see in real time people reacting to your kills just across the table.
Yeah.
So you shoot someone, you start teabagging them and stuff like that. Your friend stands up and is like, "Who the F is?" And then your gamer tag, you know what I mean? "Who's doing that right now? I'm gonna fucking kill you," and stuff like that. It's a very special moment. So things like Blood Gulch, things like Hang 'em High, those types of interactions at that type of pace was really special to me. And so I skipped 4 and 5, so I don't know how that was, but I've heard what I've heard in regards to those multiplayer aspects. But when it comes to Halo Infinite and everyone kind of comparing it to Halo 3 Big Team Battle, that's pretty much what it is. That nostalgia of, a little bit of modernization. Like I still run the COD thing where you're like running slide, run slide, run slide, those types of aspects and stuff like that. But at a much slower pace. So yeah, I'm 30 years old. I can't be cracked out and playing Warzone. Like, I'm just running and like shooting someone. It's like, dude, I'm gonna have a heart attack. Like I'm just hiding behind this corner, man. I'm just chilling. Like, where did you come from? But it's like, dude, side tangent. My first game of Warzone was one of the most discouraging moments in my gaming life. Jumped in on the parachute, landed, died in a second, restart the whole game all over again. It's like it was just It's just my life.
Yeah.
But going back to Halo, I think it brings nostalgia. I think we've talked about that with Matt and Vinny and Blind playing the game. It brings nostalgia and it brings a little bit of modernization, you know. And I think if you're an old school Halo player, you're gonna love you just love the beta. You're playing Valhalla. You're playing an updated Valhalla. You're playing a modernized Halo, and what is there not to love? You know.
Exactly.
And so I have that type of history with me. So compared to Battlefield, where this is my first time playing Battlefield 2042, I've never played a Battlefield before. So in my head, you know, the concept of running around a map and then getting killed and then getting respawned and stuff like that. When I was playing it, it just seemed like I got bored really fast. You know what I mean? And I think people put on Twitter, someone put like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing, what the objective of this game is.
Yeah.
But all I know is I'm shooting people and I'm killing people. Like I didn't know. Like I know like there's like spawn points, but I'm literally just spotting to where this battle people are, and I'm just trying to kill them as quick as I can, and I'm just hoping that a tornado comes. That's just my mentality, playing the whole entire aspect of Battlefield. But I think the innovations that they've made, like when you press the left trigger and the little X pops up, and then you can customize your guns and things like that. The way that you can kind of spawn vehicles, at least the low tier vehicles, just by calling them in, and how there's different types of character classes that allow you different types of things. You know, I mean, why you have a Neosporin gun, I have no clue what that does. You know, like I don't see the point of that, and the grappling hook is definitely not as satisfying as the grappling hook from Halo for sure. But there's nods in Battlefield where I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah,
like I would play this 100% if they got their bugs together. And I think just for me, if I spend more time to get to know the Battlefield dynamic in general, super fun game. You know what I mean? But yeah, if I had to pick and choose, nostalgia makes Halo my number one. But you know, from what people say, it's definitely better than Vanguard. So
Yeah.
Vanguard's not even
That's
a
the main
thing this
thing,
year.
right?
So, in
that's
my
the
opinion.
main thing. Constant.
Vanguard 2042 apparently with all the laser dot fights.
Exactly.
Vanguard circa 1994, bro.
I just want to say, Brother Sensei in the chat saying Back for Blood only a couple days away.
Woo! There you go.
You guys gonna be getting on that?
I'm gonna try it out. I'm excited. I have it pre-installed. I'm excited.
Nice.
Excited, bro. Tell him, bro. Let the people speak. What did Ham say?
Said yo.
Yo! Flavor Flav! What's up, boys? What's up? Good to have you guys on. Matt, you have any other aspects, any other questions you got for the panel?
No, I mean, I pretty much agree with all you guys. I think, I mean, obviously for me, Halo wins it, but it's like, I think at the base of Battlefield, it's a good game. It's just, it's just buggy. And if this is truly a few months old of a build, and by the time launch comes out, it's fixed, then I think it's Halo and Battlefield this year.
Yeah.
100%.
I think for me too, like I like the smaller scale game modes in Battlefield too. Like attrition and squad deathmatch. Like those game modes were fun, and just because the gunfights are intense and it's just destructible environments goes really well with those small scale battles. And I was never a big fan of like big team anything, honestly, but Halo changed my mind, and maybe on a different map, Battlefield will change my mind about that too.
Yeah.
Like
I also think that. Oh, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was like, I think that map is just too big. Like they said, 128 players, and you're like, oh, that's a lot of players. But then you get on that map, and you're like, I can't find anybody. And so I mean, it's difficult. I think we'll have to see what the other maps look like, but I mean, that map is just huge.
It's a big map.
Yeah,
it's a big boy. That's
I
true.
feel like Battlefield 4's maps are like good size
Perfect
for that.
sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like especially when you're in the city and then you had it like there's that huge building in the middle, and then you can freaking blow up the freaking it's a skyscraper pretty much, and that thing comes tumbling down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's just the whole chaoticness of those big
Yeah,
like conquest maps. I like that, like with all the machine, with all
Yeah.
the vehicles and the destructible environments. You know what I mean? It just the chaoticness I like, and I just hope that this one will continue to get that, but just better. I mean, I can't wait to experience a tornado. You know what I mean? And I'm not gonna lie, if I have like can jump off a building and go flying through the tornado, I'm gonna do it. You know? Even if I die, I just want to experience it. You know what I mean?
yeah, that's true. That's true. Sensei 808 makes a good point. He says Battlefield gets better when it dies down.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
not sure if that. I'm not sure if that means like there's. I've heard that when there's less people in the lobby, it's significantly less buggy. But I'm sure that also means like. I'm sure that also means like the TTK or the time that you're interacting, where it's not just like chaos in like one zone. It's a good point right there too.
Yeah.
100%. But yeah, man. I forgot what I was gonna say. Just being honest. Any closing thoughts, Matt? Before I move on.
No, I'm good. That was a good segment.
Cherry, bro. Cherry. Battlefield. Whatever you guys think, man. I will start with some. Let the people speak before we jump into our next topic, which will be the spiciest one before we close out the show. Ham says, "Shit, Far Cry."
Heard it's a lot of fun, man.
Dude,
It's
that's
so
your.
fun.
I'm getting it today, so.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you are getting it. You're playing it.
Yeah.
You get it? You
Thought,
get
thought I'd shoot my shot with the giveaways first, and then.
Yeah. Dude, I'm still the same feeling I felt for Scarlet Nexus is a very similar feeling I feel for Far Cry. So I'm just trying to wade the waters. Maybe in like 2 months, if there's nothing, then yeah, I'll probably jump on top Far Cry.
It's so fun. It's a
Side tangent. What do you guys all think about this Ubisoft shit?
Ubisoft. What's going on with Ubisoft?
Ubisoft is the whole like Far Cry makes the same stinking games all the stinking time, and then they are a bad garbage company that can make different unique things. That's not exactly what people say, but there's valid points to it, and then sometimes there's not, but it all depends. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I listened to the Xbox too, and Jez was pretty much saying exactly what you just said. But I mean, the thing is, Far Cry is the one thing that I trust Ubisoft to never mess up, because there's always a good villain, the setting's always good, the gunplay is always good. It seems like it's better in this one. I mean, it's just a fun game. Plus, exploring the map is pretty huge. So I mean, I get people can get fatigued on open world games. I know I love Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and I don't even think I'm close to beating all the DLCs on that. Like, not even remotely close. But those games will last like 200 plus hours. And I can see how people can easily get like tired of that. But I mean, I think I think at some point they're going to have to do something to switch it up. But I think that right now it's not necessarily that time. But I think sometime soon there's going to have to be an innovation in their series where it's like not just here's another open world. You know?
Yeah. I think like as long as they find a way to make it fun, that's the main thing. You know, keeping up with the tides. Just like because you can't just do the same thing last game and expect the same results just because people get bored. It's like playing Odyssey and then going back to Origins, which I did. Unfortunately. But it's just like from what I hear, like they added a ton of like things to Far Cry 6 to make it a lot of fun, and I've only seen people having a ton of fun on it. So that's the main thing, right? It's not.
That is the main thing. Yeah.
Story is always good, graphics always good, but if it's not fun, I'm not playing it.
Oh, the game looks phenomenal. It's one of the best looking. This generation is one of the best looking games.
And I heard the villain is top tier.
Giancarlo Esposito is just amazing, an amazing actor, and his villain is awesome.
So good, so good. Hey, my thoughts is just it's either what you guys said, do that, innovate, or just put that bad boy in Game Pass, dude. Because Game Pass has the. I don't know why. I don't know if you guys can understand this, but for some reason, you put something on top of Game Pass, and it just becomes attractive.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like Avengers, people garbage-nized that game so stinking bad, and now it's top 5 on top there. It's just
Dude, I was on it because I trashed Avengers because it's just how it looked when it launched, and then it comes to Game Pass, and I'm like, I was like, this is fantastic. I love this. I mean, I haven't tried the multiplayer stuff yet, but the story, it's like, dude, it's cool. It's really cool.
Such a good story. I was literally like, what are people talking about?
Exactly.
My one thing with this, I played the demo when it came out like a while back, or like the beta, I guess. Mm-hmm. The one thing for me was like it just like playing Hulk, and like it's taking you like 10,000 hits to kill one of these humans.
Yeah, I hate that.
Yeah. I mean, I understand they got to make it hard, and it'd just be Hulk would be just super OP. But like at some point, you got to be able to just let Hulk out. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
But I downloaded it, and I'm gonna try it again.
Hey, good to know that I'm not the only one, man. I'm thoroughly enjoying my time in that game. Thoroughly enjoying my time in that game. But yeah, Ham says it's a great first console year game. My expectations were tempered. Okay, it's always good to come in with tempered expectations. But glad that everyone, for the most part, I've heard, if you like Far Cry, you're gonna love Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
That's it.
Far Cry's my jam.
So Far Cry 5, that was the one, right? America, right?
Montana.
America, come! I worship snakes.
Yeah. So remember in that game when you'd be like just doing missions, and they'd always get these trucks full of, you know what I mean? NPCs would just come out and just start attacking. Like it was ridiculous at one point. I wonder if Far Cry 6 is gonna be just as that, because a lot of people were having trouble with that. I remember when that was out, everybody was just saying like, "This is ridiculous." It's like I go like 10 feet and I get attacked again by another truck full of guys.
The cartel just rolls out.
It seems better in Far Cry 6. I mean, me and Ham play that all the time, and like, you only get in engagements if you really try to get engagements. Like, there's never they don't just roll up on you and start shooting. Like Far Cry 5, that was an issue.
Yeah. Okay. Is it co-op again, like how 5 was?
Yeah, me and Soul have played last few nights.
I think it's only duos though.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm correct, it's duos, right?
Yeah.
Only?
Unfortunately, yeah.
I wish it was more, man. That'd be because the maps are so huge. That'd be so much fun to like roll with a full squad. You know, like 4 people just cruising around.
That would be fun, dude. That would be fun. Was Far Cry, was it always 2-player co-op, or did it have more? It was always only 2.
Mm-hmm.
Right there, Ubisoft. There's your innovation. Make 4 players. Change the game. Please. All right. I'm gonna move on. Oh, and plus, you have what is that called? You get the wheelchair dog. Who doesn't love a wheelchair? Is that his name?
Chorizo.
That's a dang good name for that dog.
I love that dog.
I love that dog.
Is that the wheelchair dog?
A little tiny dog, sausage.
Sausage dog. Nice.
Oh man, I don't know if it was Ham or so. I saw someone's clip where it just got run over by a few cars.
That was Ham.
That was Ham, yeah. I was like, oh man, that sucking dog, dude. To close off this topic, Ham says Wildlands is 4-player and similar. So I don't know what that means, Far Cry people. So
Ghost Recon Wildlands.
Yeah. But it wasn't. It was like, I remember it was really, really bad when it first came out. Like super buggy, like super. A lot of people were having issues with it. Or was that the other one? Because there was like 2 games that came out like kind of real close to each other, right?
There was Wildlands and there was Breakpoint.
I think it was Breakpoint.
Yeah, Breakpoint did not. That was not a good game for them.
That was the one. Okay, that was the one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Good stuff, guys. Moving on to the last segment of our stuff. I didn't tell you guys what this is. So you guys my panel will just be off the cuff as well. But
Okay.
kind of curious how this is gonna go. I call this segment Council Wars. Like
The pony bot.
Pegasus.
So what I'm gonna do here, boys, is I'm gonna have four. I have four tweets that involve some type of Council War shenanigans. Okay, so what I want you guys to do is I'm gonna show the tweet, and however you guys want, whether it be a word or whether it be a sentence and stuff like that, I want you guys to respond to it or break it down or disprove it in the way that you feel like is best. So whether that's a big, fuck this guy, or it's like, let me pick apart his thing, because I feel like you're always going to have some aspect of Council Wars. As much as people on shows be like, I don't believe in that Council War BS. If you're on Twitter, it's there.
You see it.
You see it all the time.
You see it all the time. So what we're here to do as good, upstanding members of the community is help train people how to just, finesse it a little bit more, So, and plus, I'm just kind of curious how you guys would break some of this down. So I read some of this, and I just get mad, and my head starts just going around and me like, I'm gonna do this guy. Then I think I'm beyond this shit, and I just scroll down some more. Okay, so in no particular order, just shout it out. Okay, so the first tweet, and then if you guys know the name of the person who tweeted this, we don't have to say it out. I took it out, so we're good. Okay, so how would you respond to this tweet? Daily reminder.
Oh, I know who posted this.
Daily reminder.
Oh, that last part.
And no bash to the people posting it. I understand some of them are just like, I know some PS5 guys that are good guys. They just troll.
Yeah.
Daily reminder: Series X don't have screen share, play, pip mode, activity cards, cracking compression, and switcher is faster than quick resume. Have a good day, though. How would y'all respond to that?
I mean, that last part's a lie.
Yeah.
That last part's a lie.
Yeah.
I don't want you to have a good
day.
Oh man. But quick resume is faster than the switcher. That's just, I mean, the switcher's cool. It's the PS5 is fast, but it's like the quick resume's faster. Yeah.
Do we all know like by how much time?
Well, it's just like the switcher. All it does is it prevents you from going through all the like intro loading screens and whatnot, and just brings you straight to the menu. Or like quick resume, it brings you straight to where you left off. I made a post about this earlier. I was like, people still comparing switcher to quick resume don't even know what quick resume is. They're not the same thing. Yeah, and I made it because of this guy's post. But screen share play is cool. Picture-in-picture mode's cool. That's like when you can watch each other play games in like the corner of your TV.
That is
I thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's actually really cool, and I feel like nobody knew about that until me and Ham posted about it, and then everybody started talking about it.
I seen that tweet. Yeah. I seen that.
I didn't even know about this.
Yeah, but yeah, I would just say not the same thing. Have a good day.
But that is a fact. The Xbox does not, I believe, have that screen share play. So
no.
Not that I know of.
That is cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Quick resume.
Rest in peace, Snap Mode.
Oh, Snap was the best.
All right, moving on. Here we go. Good inductions, guys. If you can't get your hands on a PlayStation 5, Xbox Series S is a great for watching PS5 gameplay.
Man.
Some of this is just funny, dude. Even as an Xbox dude,
oh my god, that's such a good troll.
That's actually a really good troll. I like that post a lot. It's pretty innovative,
That's definitely not your normal Xbox is trash post.
No, it's not.
Oh man, we should rate these at the end. We'll do a thumbs up or thumbs down.
I'm giving that one a 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, 2 thumbs up.
thought
That's a
outside
thumbs
the
up for
box on
sure.
that one. He thought outside
That
the
was a
box.
good one.
Yeah, for people wondering, you can do a lot more than just watch YouTube. So
Yeah. All the
There's
time.
also Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah, Netflix. You got Hulu. Pretty sure like
Yeah.
Voodoo's on there too.
Crunchyroll.
yeah, they got HBO Max
V.
now. Yes, but there's Game Pass. Good troll. I don't really got anything to say. That was funny.
Yeah. Good on him. Good on him.
Good on him. Good on him. Okay. Moving on to the second to the last one. Our favorites. Here we go. PS5 beating the Xbox Series X ass. Look at those reflections. Look at them, guys.
I mean,
How do we all feel about this? How do we all feel about zooming
I
in
feel
for?
like I just looked at the same picture 4 times. I don't know. That's just me. Look fine on all 4.
It did. It did.
Yeah, that Twitter compression ain't helping either. You know? Like,
Yeah, the Twitter compression ain't because there's stuff. There's one of them where you can see the light reflection in the puddle, and then the
yeah.
Xbox one, it's a
It's just
little bit
blurry.
oh, a little more realistic.
Yeah.
The PC one looked really good too.
The way you said it, little bit more realistic.
It's not like in real life when you look in a puddle, it's like a mirror, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know if these guys seen water before, but that's not how it works.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, dude. Shucks. At this point, I might as well have just brought in the tire shooting thing. At this point.
Oh my god.
No.
That's terrible.
But it just blows my mind how it's like digital foundry aspects and like honestly, do you even know where they get where did they get this source? Do you know where this is from? Like
That's from a channel on YouTube that does like
okay.
comparisons.
Yeah,
it's like a Spanish channel, I think, too.
Mm-hmm. I've seen that channel. I've seen those like kind of thumbnails before. I haven't watched the videos, but I've seen them.
Yeah, I've seen the thumbnails like that before. Because sometimes trolls just be posting stuff, and it's just like a clip of just like a sentence. I'm like, I could have wrote that on my Apple Notes.
Yeah.
Like, how am I supposed to take this as word? You know what I mean?
I mean, if you look at the image, doesn't like the PlayStation one has lightning in the background. So are these even taken at the same time?
No, it doesn't look like
Nah.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
good eye
point.
there.
Hey,
Detect the
that's
blind.
a good point, Blind. Are these taken at the same time? How can you? It's a lot of work to take each photo at the same time.
right.
With all the things that are going on in an open world game. Never thought of that, but now I am. Now
I just don't. I don't know how you play Far Cry. I mean, that's Far Cry. I can tell by lightning. I don't know how you can play that and just look at puddles all the time. I can't. I couldn't do that.
You're looking at fruit.
Hey, some people just want the absolute immersion, bro.
Yeah.
You know, they're
The
looking
grass
at
is moving while I'm running through it. Like, because I'm looking at my feet while I'm running straight. That's why.
I'm not getting the same feelings as running through the fields of Ghost of Tsushima on this one. When I lick my screen, I don't taste the fruit. It's just getting ridiculous. Guys, stop. We gotta stop with this, okay?
We gotta just play some games and stop freaking hating, man.
Yeah. My favorite part about this one is that I love how PS5, the console, is beating Series X, the console, because of the puddle. It's my favorite part.
Yeah.
It's my favorite.
Never mind the resolution and FPS steadiness.
Yeah, the low resolution, frame rate, and all that stuff doesn't matter.
But yeah, that doesn't matter to me, to be honest. Like, as long as the game looks good, plays well, that's it.
Yep.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm busy playing the game and looking at puddles to notice a light.
Puddles, rocks. Someone should do a compilation of all this stuff just at the end. I'd watch that video and I'd like it too. Last one, because there are just as bad people on the Xbox side doing stuff. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, wanting and being able to get it done are two different things. Sony doesn't have that kind of money.
Oh,
We can't afford our own Game Pass.
Oh my god.
They added the PlayStation hat too, man.
Yeah, the PlayStation hat, the Jim Ryan. He always has these kind of. Jim Ryan makes like the most interesting faces. I gotta give him that. They clip him at just the right time, bro.
all the time.
But what do we think about that? That Sony doesn't have money, because that's a common thing amongst even just Xbox people that aren't even necessarily toxic.
The thing is, Sony has money. What is it, like $70 billion? They've got some money laying around. It's just it's not $1 trillion. That's all it is.
Yeah,
But it's a lot of money, a whole lot of money.
that's true.
But I mean, that is just funny to me.
Yeah.
That's
just funny.
And I'd also add, like, if they ever wanted to like do something like a Bethesda purchase, all they would have to do is get a loan, leverage that debt,
Yeah.
and they could do it. You know.
Yeah.
Easily.
That's true. That's true. But at the table, it's I think it's at the end of the day, I don't feel like maybe they are, but I feel like companies need a little bit of that connection and relationship too. It's not just all about the money.
Yeah.
You know? Unless you're like an EA or a Take-Two, then maybe it is all about the money. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah. True.
hmm
Yeah.
I think that's like what the head of Obsidian said when someone prior to Microsoft tried to acquire them and they denied it, just because it wasn't people you could have a beer with. And I was like, oh, that's pretty
Oh
cool.
yeah, I saw that tweet. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, it's true. You know, you have to have good relationships. You have to see how successful the business is doing, and there's a lot of factors that play into it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fully believe that now after watching the Xbox showcase where it had, I think it was like Pete Hines and Phil Spencer and Todd Howard
Sarah
and
Bond.
And
Sarah
Aaron
Bond was
Greenberg.
in that, all those ones. Like when especially Pete Hines, dude. Pete Hines seems like a guy you can sit down and have a beer with, bro.
Yeah. The guys.
Oh yeah, even
That
Phil.
guy's
Phil too.
Yep. Phil too,
He's a
bro.
cool
That
guy.
guy's
Yeah.
cool. This guy's cool. All right. Well, with that is the last aspect of the console wars, and with that, guys, pretty much the end of the show. So first off, I just want to thank Matt Likes Games for coming on, bro. Appreciate you 100%, dude. You're
Thank
welcome
you.
anytime,
Thank you.
dude. I would
Thank you, man.
even say come back on the next one, because the next one we're doing the November edition of What's the Meta, and we find out who wins.
Oh,
I don't know
Oh.
if you guys forgot.
you gotta get Matt's meta scores.
Okay. Okay. I'm on anytime. Anytime you want me on, I'm on.
And even Ham, dude, hop back on. I don't know if you can hear, but hop back on. Or if you're still here, hop back on. Yeah, we're a podcast that, at least my heart is. This is a lot of our times podcasting, and I think that's just something we need in the community. We need people that just come in, and you have the people that are in the comments, but man, there's so much of them that when I see their posts on Twitter, they can make stuff, dude. They have potential, and I think that's just the important thing of the community. Whether you're a big player in the game or a small player in the game, just coming together and talking about the things that you like. And I think that's just the heart of Talk Story and the heart of the things that we want. Okay, hands down. He's in on the next one.
All right. Let's do it.
At least I think.
Guardians of the Galaxy will get a 93 out of 100.
We have this guy on here. You watched the last episode, so you know what we're talking about, Matt.
Yeah.
One of our boys said, Guardians of the Galaxy the 93. Dude, I low-key was like, if he's right, I should get like a Star-Lord tattoo or something, because that's just ridiculous, bro. But yeah, for sure. Thank you for coming on. We definitely will have you back.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
100%. Shout out to Draco, who's not here. Hope your audition thing is going good. And shout out to JJ Speed Angel, who's not here, who's working on some stuff too within the panel. And shout out to everyone that just came on to kick it with us, and even the people that are going to be watching this later. we're huge parts of the community, and we understand you guys are part of the community. So thank you for coming up and supporting. So again, big or small, being local boys, or even just being people that are just humble in general, it means a lot. And I think that's the aspect I want to take it is whoever is watching our show, you gotta treat them like family. You know, you come to my house, you'll be fed, 100%.
Yeah.
You'll be fed 100%. But any closing remarks, Blind, Vinny?
Yeah, I just want to say, whoever's in the chat, like and subscribe, share it out. Kawika puts a lot of work into doing this. You know what I mean? He's always working in the background, even when we're gaming. He's putting in work, making all kinds of stuff to better this podcast. So everybody, like and subscribe, share, get the word out.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Closing thoughts, Vinny?
No, thank you, Matt, for being on with us. It's always like a pleasure talking with you, playing with you. It's always a fun time, and thank you, Kawika, for having us on the podcast and being us part of this, and putting all the work into making it better every episode. And shout out to everybody who came to watch the show, like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and feel free to share with your friends as well.
That's true. And if you didn't enjoy it, just subscribe. You don't have to watch it.
That's where the money comes from.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. All right, brothers. Peace out. Next one should be maybe at the end of what month are we in? Holy crap, we're in October. At the end of October. So hopefully for the next one, end of October. We'll be playing some Back for Blood in the meantime for sure. So,
oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. All right, guys. Peace. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
All right. See y'all.